Why Yandere Simulator? Why is that the comparison you made?
Gamer girl, I need to fucking simp.
That was a lie. We're not done yet.
All of them are fucking idiots.
Let's talk about them.
Wait.
Don't take that out of context.
My brain is like racing now.
It's your intro.
It is my guilty boner. Does molecular attract the kind of people that are into serial killers? That's still bigger than a city.
It's more than one planet.
Percy Jackson is Greek mythology fanfiction.
Boneless. Oh my god.
I want the... No.
Now we get to part 7. NieR Automata.
I played the game and I don't get any of this.
I get
Neither
some
do
of
I.
it. I get some of it. What the...
I'm lying. I get the booba.
I get the... Yeah,
Everyone gets the booba. Everyone gets the booba one.
Everyone gets the booba because this is the horny game. This is the horny game.
Yeah.
This is the game that has like, what is the poly count for fucking Tubi's ass?
Tubi's fun fact for any gamer boys out there. Tubi's ass has a higher poly than the entirety of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Chad imagery supposed to be like an erect allegory?
No, it's just Chad that I put in there.
Oh, because that's what the game's for?
Yes.
Yeah,
this is the Chad game. If you play this game, you are a Chad.
Just like us.
You definitely don't have to take a shower, you smelly fuck.
Okay.
Okay, so we get into NieR Automata through Route A. So we get into NieR Automata through Route A, where we meet our heroes of Route A. 2B and 9S. 2B is yet another bad bitch in a series of Yoko Taro's fixation on making on just making bad bitches.
On women that will beat him.
Women that will beat the shit out of him, and 9S as a little as a Shinji Ikari lookalike with white hair. In more ways than one. We'll get to that though. I totally remember what frames I put in here, but so here's the next image.
Oh, no.
So yes, so 2B and 9S go through an adventure across the wastelands of the world, fighting against the machines, such as Simone, a robotic dancing queen who fights them through yet again singing and dancing. The rhythm game stuff is pervades even 10,000 years into the future from Drakengard 1's ending. Because Yoko Taro loves putting rhythm game shit into games that are not fucking rhythm games.
This is a world that is just permeated by dance.
After fighting against various machines, they come across two twink boys. the two twink boys educate 2B and 9S on the ethics of twink romance and tell them that the aliens are fucking dead. The aliens have been dead for a nondescript amount of time, probably at some point in the last 10,000 years when they've been fighting this war, and it's just been machines and androids fucking going at it. 2B, they meet Pascal, a leader of a group of good machines who have decided that this war is fucking stupid and makes no sense, and we're just gonna chill and hang out. And they meet a group of Heaven's Gate robots who just want to commit robot suicide and become gods. This all culminates in the final battle where 2B kills both of the twink boys in the most horrific, brutal, gory manner that I've ever seen in a video game. That's not true. I've seen much worse, but it's still pretty fucked up. Everyone lives.
Eve or something gets like a fucking sword in his like goddamn neck.
Eve gets fucking eviscerated.
Eve
gets a sword in his brain. Adam gets fucking vivisected.
Okay, because like I was gonna say, Drakengard 3's deaths are pretty freaking brutal.
They're pretty bad, but these are particularly shocking in a game that has been like just all robots and like gears and stuff. And when the androids get hurt, they have like oil and shit and like just sprockets. And when Adam and Eve die, Adam gets fucking vivisected and Eve gets a fucking brain autopsy through the reverse of his back skull.
It's a reverse brain lobotomy.
A reverse lobotomy, if you will. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but after they destroy the leaders of the machines these boys. All is well, and the war is seemingly over. All is seemingly well in the universe, but not until Route B. Route B is you play as 9S, who is in this journey and was 2B's companion throughout all of this. So you go through the whole game. It's like normal. 9S is just hanging around. He's drinking a whole lot of simp sauce for 2B and just thirsting over that whole French maid aesthetic. Aren't we all just a little bit?
Yeah.
I was simping over
But
a lot of it.
after
Literally 9S.
After a big battle, Adam kidnaps 9S and educates him on becoming a Sigma male. Of which 9S escapes, and after 9S escapes this, he begins to he starts to interrogate the commander and Yorha's database and discovers the truth about Yorha. If you're playing NieR Automata for the first time, this is a big plot twist. If you played it in the previous games, you kind of know everything that is about to be already said here, that humanity is extinct and that Yorha is sort of like a sham developed by replicants to fight against the aliens and keep the fight going, but humanity does not exist. They all believe that humanity is still alive in some form. They are not. Humanity is dead and gone. They even said that they even like as a little bit of a nod to the previous games. If you never played them, the commander even says that humanity went extinct long before the aliens showed up. Which, as if you've never played any of the games before, that would probably be really fucking confusing. So Route B ends, and we go on to Route C.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is where shit goes fucking sideways. So this takes place after the events of NieR A and B. So this is the follow up. NieR A. Think of Route A as a prologue chapter to this. This is the game. Route A and B is just set up for this shit. So after Yorha Command overdoses on high-grade gamer girl bathwater, the gang is left basically stranded as Yorha has gone fucking AWOL. A2 makes her triumphant return after decades of committing infanticide and basically goes on a rampage and becomes a one-woman war machine to basically win the war by herself and kill every machine that exists. 9S, having touched all of the information that exists, contracts high-grade gamer schizophrenia and goes fucking nutty. 2B becomes a goddamn Killzone cosplayer and goes on to fight various machine beings and also various AWOL Yorha members as the story progresses. This all culminates in the arrival of a giant space cannon that is also a giant database no one knows what the purpose of it is, but it sprouts out of the earth. It might destroy some shit, it might launch some shit, and it culminates in our heroes finding their way inside the cannon, where they find out that nothing that they understand is real, and they've all been fucking played by the various forces that control everything. And they find out that this erotic thigh simulator is actually a die simulator.
Wow.
Where they find
Holy
out that
shit.
they're basically on an infinite loop, running their entire lives over and over again. At least 2B and 9S are. They're running their entire lives over and over again and are basically trapped in a cycle of life and death. As 2B describes in the opening, when she says we're trapped in a cycle of life and death, this is that comes back. That's not just philosophical ramblings. That's literal. We are trapped in a cycle of life and death. And this culminates in a big battle between the two big protagonists of the game, 9S and A2, fighting over whether or not the commander should respond to my DMs and send me her goddamn feet pics that I've been requesting for several months now. Now, whether or not the ending where you play as 9S or A2 is canon is kind of irrelevant. This is the last game in the series. We don't know what happens after this. Maybe something happens in NieR Reincarnation. I don't know where NieR Reincarnation takes place in the timeline. Does Yoko Taro know? I don't know. Does anyone know? I don't fucking know. All I do know is that there is somewhat of a happy ending to this, as again in the fucking stage play, in the previously mentioned stage play, there is somewhat of a happy ending. Following the events of NieR Automata, we do know that 2B and 9S finally reunite, and shit is relatively okay. Pascal and Anemone, the leader of the resistance, they meet up, they make peace. All is well. All is good in the universe. All is well in the universe, except for one boy. That boy is Emile.
Yeah!
We're talking about Emile again.
Let's go.
So Emile, after spending several centuries as a wandering nomadic ball, becomes a slave to the capitalist machine and starts a business starts a small local business where he drives around in the car screaming at you to buy his things and about how much sales about those goddamn sales. However, once you meet Emile, you can go on a whole quest line with him where you go through Emile's memories. Emile starts to remember the shit that he forgot with his rampant space dementia. However, much like in the previous games, if you unlock every weapon in the game, you discover a secret ending. That's this bottom left picture, where you find out that some of Emile's clones are still alive. Some of the giant nuclear powered magic clones are still kicking around, but have spent the last couple centuries becoming crazy because of isolation and loneliness, and now try to fucking kill you. So you go through a whole boss battle with A2, you can technically do the boss battle as any character. Typically it's done with A2 because that's like when you would have all the weapons in the game by that point, but you can technically do a chapter select and do it at any other point. Once you do all this culminates in the big finale where either Emile is finally laid to rest, having unlocked the memories of his dearly beloved lost friends, or ending Y, in which the Emile clones activate their nuclear reactors and destroy the entire Earth, kill everyone, and finally bring this sad horror story to a very definitive ending. So Emile's story is over after either one way or the other, unless we find out that neither of these endings are canon, and there's a NieR sequel coming out in which Emile is going to return and be even lonelier and have lived even longer. I hope not. I hope Yoko Taro has finally just let this boy die. He's been begging for it for 10,000 years. Like, fucking hell. But that is the story. The story of Emile and the story of NieR Automata is closed, and we are now done with the NieR canon. Everything is all said and done.
Holy shit.
That was a lie. We're not done yet.
I know. Yeah, there's still more.
The NieR Replicant remake.
Oh god.